Hello, hello, hello. I am back with another class review. Today we're looking at the Guqin, which is a very unique class. I think it's one of the most unique classes out there. I'm going to say the word unique because I'm not really sure what to classify her as. She's a damage dealer. She does damage primarily. She can stun, she can stress heal, and she can heal, and she can self heal. This all sounds great on paper. Like this is kind of like a Crusader can do all those things too, and that's really awesome. But this class is so odd in its stats and the way it needs to be played that I'm not entirely sure how viable it is in a lot of dungeons. It needs a lot of you need to babysit this class so much that it might not really be worth it. You'll see what I mean when we get into the stats. Starting with 27 base HP, which is horrendous. Like, I'm pretty sure you can get one shot by some things. If something crits, you might die. If it's got a dot with it too. Like, I don't know, like a grouper might be able to one shot you, champion level. This isn't good. 25 dodge is not gonna make, it's not enough to make up for 27 HP, I'll tell you that. Just not enough. No prot, so you really are weak. You have a fat 0 speed. Yeah, that's not a typo. That's not 10. That's 0. At lower levels, it's fucking negative. We have a negative speed. Yeah, so you can see why I personally don't like this class already, because it's gonna die and it can't act, like, ever. So, yeah. You can't even help 0. Like, you can't, like, going, yeah, I got a +2 speed trinket. Great, now you're at 2. You're still going last. That's fucking awful. You have 6 crit, which is also below average. You have 8 to 18 damage, which is actually not bad. This is respectable damage right here. This is quite decent. Only problem is your best attack will actually debuff your damage for the battle. Like, the weapon, she uses this fucking, I don't even know what the hell, it's like a guitar crossbow. And since it's such a delicate weapon, every time you use it, it debuffs the max damage. So you get worse over time. So you get decent damage that worsens itself into shit damage. And the more you use it. Going into resistances, you have 90, I have a level 5 hero here, so all these resistances take +10. I also have Darkspawn on this guy, so disease resist is 30 and death blow is 67. But alright, so you have 90 stun, which is below average. You have 90 blight, which is below average. You have 90 bleed, which is average. You have 110 debuff, which is actually quite strong. That's really good. You have 80 move, which is bottom tier, and that's also awful. You have 70 trap, which is also awful. Like I said before, you have 30 disease, which is average, and you have 1/1 movement. So right now, we have nothing good. These stats are all fucking garbage, except for debuff. Like, okay, you have good debuff resist. Props to you, I guess. I mean, if that's all you can say about your stats, you're kind of fucking wonky. So not looking too good so far. Let's get into the skills. I'll start with longbow, which is it's kind of the same thing as like a sniper shot. You know, high accuracy, hits rows 2, 3, 4. And like I said before, I hinted at it. Every time you use this skill, you debuff yourself for 5% minus ranged damage. And these are your ranged attacks. I believe this one is as well. Yeah, your stun is also a ranged attack. You don't get mark bonuses, but what you do get with this class is bonuses while you are guarded. Which makes sense. You would want to guard this class, a class that has no speed and no HP and no dodge, or not enough dodge rather. So yeah, the 65 armor piercing while guarded I guess is nice. I can't think of anything that really has more than 65 prot, like a bone defender or a the plated guardians. Those can have really high prot, probably up around 65 when they're guarding people and have their prot bonuses. Fungal zombies have around 50, so it's decent when you're there. But like the guardians usually in rank 1, the bone defenders usually in rank 1 as well. The fungal zombie is always in rank 1 and 2. So you often can't hit the armor piercing target I guess if they're guarding the guy in the back rank, you can then hit him, so that could be okay. But overall, this is like an alright attack. Not bad. You don't you tend not to attack with her too frequently because she has a lot of versatility, so you don't debuff yourself for that much. Next we have Blitz, is a free action. Where it also has that self debuff for range damage. What this does is you bypass stealth, you get an accuracy buff, and Leech Bolt heals 5 more. Leech Bolt is a heal attack. Or it's an attack plus a self heal. It's kind of like Judgment in that way. This is okay. It's a free action. This is alright. If you like using Leech Bolt, it's definitely worth having this. Because Leech Bolt does somewhat decent damage, but like you're probably doing it for the heal anyway. So you don't really care about the damage that much. Accuracy buff is always nice. Bypass stealth is also always nice. You don't have to use Leech Bolt after this. You could bypass stealth and use your stun. Or bypass stealth and use your longbow. Like, that's totally fine. This is great. I like this ability a lot, actually. Going on next, we have Counter Song, which is a stress heal and a force guard. Well, a force guard similar to the Antiquarian. Now, the target can't be marked. I honestly don't care about that. I don't think it like stops you from being marked if you're already marked, so it's kind of useless. I guess you could then use that on what the fuck's his name? Man-at-Arms. When he uses his riposte, he marks himself there, and then he gets his riposte, but I guess you don't have to worry about that, but whatever. My problem with this is that if you want to stress heal somebody, they have to actually guard you. Like, you don't get a stress heal on your own, which means you can kind of be like, if someone's on low HP and high stress, you don't really want them guarding. You want them to not get an affliction and then not like kill themselves because they're masochistic or whatever. So I don't really care about this. And the bigger problem is that the guard is 1 round. So you have to constantly be using this, which means you can't do anything else or you're not guarded. And if you're not guarded, you're gonna die. And you're not gonna get good armor piercing with longbow. So this is really not that good. It's better to have someone like a Man-at-Arms who has continual guards that last for more than 1 round. So you can guard, do something else, and he gets prot as well. It's just far superior than using Countersong. I don't really like Countersong that much. Next we have Lullaby, which is a single target heal, and then you heal more while guarded. So this is good. 10 HP is quite solid. That's on the upper levels of base Vestal healing, if I am correct. Let me check that real quick. Yeah, I like this ability. 5 on its own isn't particularly strong. 8 to 9, yeah, so you're alright. You kind of get like the Divine Comfort or Divine Grace. Yeah, so 5 on its own isn't particularly strong, but since you're already going to be guarded, you're basically always getting 10. Because if you're playing this well, you're basically going to be guarded. And the one good part about the 0 speed is you always want your healer going first. Because they can heal before other people take damage. But with 0 speed, you're going last every single time. So in a way, like if you go last on round 2 or first on round 3, it doesn't actually make a difference because you're still going after everyone before you and before everyone after you. There's no one in between, you know what I mean? Because you're last or first. So you're not first on the first round, which is a problem. But no one, like, how the fuck are you already taking damage on the first round? And if you're going first on the first round, there's no HP to heal, so not an issue. But after the first round, you're actually already first in every round in a way by being dead last of the previous round. So this is actually a good time to be on 0 speed. Going back to Countersong though, the 0 speed does mean you can't get your force guard up until the end of the round, so you do have a full round of being exposed. Unless you have someone else guard you, which I already said you should. Next you have Harpoon. Harpoon's your way to hit row 1 with decent damage. Because Leech Bolt doesn't and your stun does, but stun does no damage. So Harpoon is just it's a melee attack, so you don't get debuffed with your longbow. So eventually this will just become a better attack, which is good because by the time you've used longbow enough to have it become shit damage, eventually the only guys left are going to be in the front anyway. So this is actually all right. You have decent crit. Her crit is nothing to really be cool with, like 6 plus 6, 12. I'm gonna get 12 crit. I guess that's like you'll get it, but it's not a high crit character. Knockback 2, I guess, is alright. I don't think I would really want to use this ability until it's at the end of the fight, so there might not be places to knock back. So I don't think too much of that. It's kind of a weak knockback 2, 135. You're knocking back people in the front who generally have the higher move resist of the enemies. But row 1 damage is cool. I think longbow is just far superior to this if you're trying to hit row 2. But alright. I guess if you're trying to hit a low HP target who has, let's say, 7 HP, you're gonna do 7 damage with this or with longbow. So use harpoon, because then you're not giving yourself a debuff to hit the other people who are on high HP. Leech bolt, like I've said before, is like a judgment type ability where you deal somewhat decent damage to somebody, and then you self-heal 5, and then when other people, you get a chance to heal other people. 3, it's kind of okay. And remember, Blitz does make that a 10 self-heal and an 8 HP for other people. That's awesome. If you can, if you use Blitz and you get that full party heal, that's really good. Minus range damage, I don't, like, it sucks. But I think you kind of have to accept that her damage is going to be ass and just live with that. Like, she does a lot of good heals, especially when she's guarded, so it's okay. And finally, you have Dissonance, which is your stun. Decent accuracy, not decent damage. Damage is ass. 140 is okay. 150 is great for the base game, so 140 is alright. It's not bad. And clearing stun on other heroes is good. I'm not sure how good it is position-wise, because like I said, you're going last. So a lot of the time, if someone got stunned, they might have already acted and gotten it cleared. I guess it depends on when they got stunned relative to their turns. This might be, the clear stun might be useful, might not be useful. I guess it's with everyone, depending on the way it goes. But a stun's always nice. I do love me some stuns. So I'm not like super fond of this kit, but I think it can be worked with. Going on to camping skills, Undying Song. This is not bad. For time cost 1, you get double healing received while you're guarding. I guess that's cool. It's good for time cost 1. It's definitely good for time cost 1. If you're having a dedicated guarder, like if you have a man-at-arms, then you really can make a lot out of this. Especially if he's going to be he is going to be like taking a lot of hits. I guess the problem with this though is then sometimes you want the guy who's guarded to be marked, because then he draws the fire. But with countersong you can't be marked, so I don't really like that, to be honest with you. But this is definitely good. If you have one time, there's often a lot of times when you have one time cost left, just use this. Seeking Song, I don't really like this that much, honestly. You get a lot more stress received. I guess stress received on her would only really come when other people get crit, or with AoEs. Because when she's getting guarded, which she usually is guarded, she isn't getting stress hit, because it's the guard. So, that I don't really care about that too much. 20 scouting is good. And then trap disarm chance is random. Like, where does that come from? Like, you spun a wheel and you're like, yeah, trap disarm. Like, all right, I guess that's cool. Scouting is good. The only good thing part of this is scouting. It's 20 scouting, but like the Hound can do so much. The Hound gets a lot better scouting. Doesn't get fucking like 25 stress for it. And then trap disarm. Who the fuck cares about trap disarm? You already have someone that can disarm traps, so this is kind of useless. Like they can already do it. You don't need an extra chance. I don't really like this that much. This is actually good. Plus guard duration and plus speed on a companion, so they can get that guard. They get speed, and then you can start using countersong, because countersong will last more than one fucking round. I like this ability. If you don't have a dedicated guarder and using the Guqin to guard, this is a necessary ability to use on your camping, especially for a boss, which is usually when you camp. Dazzling Song I think is another really good ability, because when it debuffs the Guqin's dodge by 10, it buffs everyone else's dodge by 10. Now her dodge doesn't matter, because she's gonna be guarded, so who the fuck cares? Other people though, especially the guy who is guarding, is gonna be targeted a lot more. So buffing their dodge is totally worth it. Yeah, this is fine. I would take this, I would take this, I would take that, I would take Encourage. You need some sort of stress heal. This is not good, these two are kind of mediocre. Now, Guqin, I guess the way I would always have the stun, because at least your damage might be awful, but you get some versatility out of that. I would take Longbow, I would take the heal, I would probably take Blitz as well. I don't like Countersong. I don't care enough about Harp. I don't know if I care enough about row 1 damage at the end of a fight. I might just want to be healing. That might just be fine. maybe drop that for Leech Bolt. I don't know. Maybe drop the stun, take Blitz, Leech Bolt. If you want to be a really dedicated healer, you could even drop Longbow and take the stun. So a lot of versatility here. I just don't think Counter Song is really good. Now, I do want to look at a couple of trinkets. This trinket right here. I guess I'll keep it in here so it doesn't get blocked by the stat sheet. You get plus 5 speed, 40% stress healing, 25 move resist, and 50 damage received. Alright, so you're going to be guarded. So 5 speed's good. You can actually 5 speed can get you somewhere. You can get above a lot of trash mobs with that, like the fucking low speed skeletons. 40% stress healing means that you're supposed to be guarded. You're supposed to be guarded because your guard stress heals. Move resist doesn't matter. You're not going to be hit because you're being guarded. So that's redundant. Damage received is also redundant because you're getting guarded, which is why you're using stress healing. So what this is a bunch of useless crap with 40% stress healing on an ability that is, I think, inarguably the worst ability out of all of these. If you have another guarder who can guard for more than one round, this is just bad. And you get 5 speed. This is a plus 5 speed trinket with a bunch of other crap kind of like tagged on with it. So if you don't have any other way of getting your speed up, this could be worth it. Like the damage received is the bad part of this, but it doesn't matter if she's being guarded. For the most part, anyway. Obviously, the guard could not work or whatever. Like you get stunned. There's ways around that, but I think there's better. Like I have so many modded trinkets. I actually have some plus 5 speed trinkets. I don't really like this, but if you don't have those, this might be okay. Now next, I want to look at her Crimson Court trinket. Minus 40 accuracy, friendly skill, cures Blight Bleed, and when you miss, other people get healed 4 HP. Okay, we can work with that. So I'm gonna put this on. Now I have like 65 accuracy, so that's kind of shit because that means you have to be attacking, but if you hit, you're not getting what you want out of this. So then, this is the worst trinket in the game. Hands down, worst trinket in the game. Minus 20% accuracy can't be marked. This is awful. Get another minus accuracy trinket though, so I'm using this. I would use this. And then, there's the Sea Serpent modded boss fight. It's a mini boss in the cove, and what it is, it's kind of like a Magikarp Gyarados thing, where it starts out as this stupid fucking fish, and then if you don't kill it in like 4 turns, it turns into this giant sea monster. So I've killed it as the fish form. If you kill it as the sea monster form, you get like good trinkets. If you kill it as the fish form, you can get this bullshit. Minus 50 accuracy on attack, other heroes stress minus 5. So coupling that with this, if you only have 2 trinkets in your game, drop this piece of bullshit, because this is obviously harder to find, because this you farm a boss, and this you get crystals or shards. So, but overall, what you do here, this is what I actually might run with my Guqin. You run Lullaby, you run Leech Bolt, you run Blitz, and then you run I guess you would just, I don't know, some fucking attack. No, actually, I would just run Counter Song at this point. Counter Song is shit, but at least it does something. I don't know, whatever. Some other skill. It doesn't matter what you do. It literally does not matter what you do, because you're not hitting anything. So you just use Leech Bolt, and then use Leech Bolt as your attack. Like, the other skill doesn't matter, you just use these 3. Because what you do is you don't hit anything, because you have minus 110 accuracy. And then, every time you attack, everyone gets healed 5 stress. And then, they also get healed 4 HP. So every single action, you heal 5 stress and 4 HP. And if you use Leech Bolt, you're already healing 5 HP on yourself. Can heal other people, use Blitz. So if this, let's say this works. You use Blitz and you get your 33% chance. With this going, you heal yourself for 10. You heal other people for 12, because you missed your Leech Bolt, and then you heal other people's stress for 5. You heal that's so good. That's awesome. That is, like, you get everyone off death's door at once, and you're going first in the round, so you're guaranteed to be healing people and stress healing people. The only issue with this is that Darkest Dungeon has a hidden thing where every time you miss, you secretly get a plus 5% accuracy bonus, so you don't just keep missing and get fucked by RNG. So eventually, you will actually hit something, especially if you don't have, like if you don't have this, you have minus 90, you have 115, minus 90, you have 25, you only get 30, then 35, and 40, so you'll eventually hit something just by pure odds. So, this is good. But this is, I think, a better version of the Guqin because you lose the stun. What you really lose here is you lose the stun. But you become an actually pretty decent healer and stress healer. You can't stress heal yourself, which sucks, but you're not getting hit like with stress nukes because you're guarded all the time. So I actually quite like this. I played this, it was kind of fun. It's fun to watch your ass miss every single time. You don't get the speed, but I think this is kind of a problem with the plus 5 speed, because then you're not going first every single round, because you're like in the middle, like the bottom third of a round. If you're not going to try this, or if you can't, because you don't have Color of Madness or the Sea Serpent boss mod, then I guess I would I don't know, run max HP. I think running max HP is good. Running damage, running plus healing. I think you gotta prioritize her as a stunner and a healer, rather than stress healer. I don't think is really worth it because Countersong just sucks. And her damage is like mediocre, so I don't think you have to really itemize for it because you have to understand that it's gonna be bad by the end of every battle anyway. So go for stun, go for healing. That's what I think, and max HP, just because you don't want her to die. Like she can't heal anything when she's fucking dead. So like I'm bringing it back to like I said in the beginning of the video. It's very unique. I don't think I run any class where I don't want her hitting anything. This is a very unique. I really like this crystalline trinket. I think you should get this if you're going to use this class. I definitely recommend getting the Sea Serpent boss mod, because this trinket right here, the silly fish hat, really transforms this class and makes it really usable, especially with this piece of shit noble hat and then the crystalline trinket. I would say check this mod out. I run this kind of semi-frequently, not a lot. It's not my favorite class out there. But every time I kind of want to try something new. I like trying flexible builds, and I think this is something you could work into your party as, a healer and a stress healer at once. Or another stunner healer, sort of stress healer, maybe, in your parties. It can break up some of the monotony that you might be having. I hope you try this class out, and I'll see you all around.